fascinating story emerged last week of how convicted killer and underworld figure Robert Birdman O'Hara was able to run his criminal empire from behind bars for more than 20 years. We've recently seen that one of his associates, Mario Rea, was jailed earlier this month. The main question is, Norman, how did he do it?
This is an interesting one, Angus, because it's often said, that a lot of criminals are able to run their empires or drugs empires from behind bars. And this is a case in point. It's shown to the extent that they have been able to do so. It's often a kind of throwaway remark. Well, I bet they keep their empires going behind bars, and we know that they're able to get access to mobile phones and all that kind of thing, where they can text and communicate and get access to internet and what have you. But this is a classic case in point where a major organised crime figure who's been in prison now for 22 years serving life for murder has, it would appear, during that period of time been able to keep his empire running and even be able to expand it. So we heard the story in the High Court in Glasgow last week of Mario Rea. Now, Mario Rea might be quite well known to Daily Record readers as well, from the Lanarkshire area, the ex-boxing promoter. He's come to the attention of the police quite a few times over the years. He'd pled guilty to being involved in money laundering and serious organised crime. It basically emerged that he'd been working for Robert Birdman O'Hara. Now, O'Hara's was sentenced to life imprisonment in 2004 for the murder of a local Postle Park man, Paul McDowell. He was given a further jail sentence at the start of last year, given an extra 9 years for being involved in, I think the term used in the court was directing serious organised crime. Now, he was in prison at the time, so he was directing serious organised crime from his prison cell. And what emerged last week was that Mario Rea and two other men had basically been facilitating his kind of criminal empire or criminal operations on his behalf. So he's in prison. He can't obviously get out and speak to these people acting, as actors literally on his behalf. And it was quite interesting that the Mario Rea was described as somebody who carried out instructions on behalf of O'Hara. In particular, he made sure that O'Hara's partner, stroke wife, and daughter were well looked after, that they had access to luxury flats, fast cars, designer clothes, and watches. So he would carry out the instructions of O'Hara. O'Hara clearly had access to a mobile phone. He would text him or message him with various instructions. There's also a suggestion that during this time in prison, O'Hara's wealth had increased. I mean, they're talking about O'Hara wanted him to buy a Lamborghini, 225,000 Lamborghini. He'd also sent his partner 71 links on the Rightmove property sites of houses in affluent areas, ranging from $500,000 to $1 million. There was details of flats in Kelvinside, Aberfoyle, really nice flats worth £500,000, £635,000. So basically, he would appear to be directing